All right, we back. Okay, this is Coach Bobby, and I am your Mother's Witch coach. This is the Mother's Witch channel, and we're on our first sign, the Aries moon, in our moon series. So, Aries moon. Aries moon children are fiery. They are Aries, as we all know, is the first sign of the zodiac. This is Cardinal Fire. This is thinking, communicating, and analyzing. And creating and initiating new ways of seeing and feeling. You come in here, Micah. This is my Gemini moon son. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. So sit down. You sit right here. Okay, back to the Aries moon. So, Aries kids, Aries moon children, they want to be active or busy at all times. They get bored easily. They tend to always want to stay moving. Like, seriously. Like, these children here are the type of kids that, if they're playing sports, they're always gearing up their teammates. They're always pushing their teammates to another level. They're always motivating their teammates. These kids also are the type of children that naturally love teasing. It is what it is. They like to tease people just to get a reaction out of people. Now think about this. This is the moon in Aries. So the moon is your reaction. So Aries being your personality, the self, the inside, who you are. Like so, with this Cardinal Fire energy, this Aries energy, when they go out to get a reaction out of somebody, when they're getting that reaction from you, whether it be a good reaction or a bad reaction, they like that realm. They like to deal in those things. They're quick to fire off. And they're quick to recover. You know what I'm saying? Aries moon will burn you. They will burn you with their mouth, and they will. And if they get burned, they're quick to forgive. You know, so it's really one of these things where the Aries moon child will have an issue with their parent. They may act out, but as soon as they act out, or as soon as they get that energy off of them, as soon as they get that fiery energy out, they're good. You know, you could talk to them. You could sit them down to have a discussion with them. You could talk about why the outburst that they gave you was just a little bit too over the top. They're very understanding, sort of like Earth children when they're actually calmed down. But remember, they see and they feel and they create new ways of seeing and feeling. So they get more in touch with the feelings by being active. If you want to talk to your Aries child, the best thing to do is take them for a walk, man. Take them for a walk. Throw the ball with them. If it's a girl, you know, hey, ride a bike. You know, anything to get their subconscious moving, so that when you're talking to them, their body's moving, so they can focus on what it is you want them to focus on. So also, these kids get to play the games they want to play with their friends. Anytime that they got a group of friends around, they will convince all of the friends to play the game that they want to play. It's the leadership in the Aries. The Aries moon child is a leader on the inside, and they can't help but to lead because they create and initiate, like I said from the beginning. These are the type of children that are driven by impulse. It's important to teach them while they're young not to talk to strangers. I mean, these kids will literally walk off and be on their own. Like, you'll be in a group setting somewhere. You could be walking as a family. You could be out somewhere, and they'll see something that intrigues them, and they will just walk off, and you won't know where your child is. That is an Aries child. So just be mindful that they don't mean any harm by walking off. They're really seeing something that's interesting to them, and they want to experience whatever it is without anybody telling them anything. Also, to remember that these kids are extremely sensitive. So if you're talking to them, allow them their opportunity to speak their mind. Allow them the opportunity to say how they're feeling. Because if they don't get the opportunity to say how they're feeling, you will get a new feeling about how they're feeling. That's just an Aries moon child for you. They can't control their impulsiveness, and that's going to be the one thing that you're going to want to focus on throughout their life growing up. You're going to want to focus on their impulsive action. That impulsiveness can be used for good things like group activities, sports, anything dealing with a bunch of people. They'll push themselves to be the leader. They will excel past everybody. But alone, an Aries moon child can get very, very, very irritable, and they can be disrespectful. They can say some disrespectful shit. So just be mindful that it's what happens is when they're dealing with something emotional, they boil. Like, think about their fire. The fire on the inside of them is boiling the water on the inside of them. So they can't help but explode, or they can't help but express how they're feeling, and they're always feeling. So just keep in mind that your child, that expressive nature isn't a bad thing. It just needs to be channeled into something productive. For mothers out there, mothers that are raising Aries children, most of the time these mothers are aggressive in handling the Aries child. Most mothers are very action oriented, and Aries kind of like that action oriented. Most mothers out there that have Aries children probably put their Aries children inside of sports because it's the best place for them to act out that Aries nature. We think a lot of times physical activity has a lot to do with your actions, but most of the time that physical activity has a lot to do with how you feel and the emotions that you bring to that. So when you're out, when that kid is out playing ball, or when that kid is out doing whatever they're doing, you're going to see the emotion that they have for the game while they're playing. So this is my brief interpretation of an Aries moon child. Once again,